Welcome back to the Supercar Connection podcast. All that you get for that car is just so crazy. Back in the stew, as you said.
Back in the stew. Would you, if you would pay $10K more and a car came, would you have sent it back?
I might have tried.
They just had Fuel Fest out there in Florida. They had Moda Miami.
Bro, Moda, did you see the rain?
No, I did not.
You didn't see the rain?
I did not see the rain. What
bro,
happened?
How have you not seen the rain?
Maybe I'm not tapped in. I'm not tapped in anymore.
It dumped on Moda, bro, and there's just like, it looked rough.
My algo went all trading. I've lost my auto algo on all my social media pages. It was raining during Moda.
It like tropical storm pretty much. It flooded
Florida.
It flooded everything.
Ay.
Hypercars in 4 inches of water.
Wow.
I saw a video of someone, they were like rolling a Chiron covered with a tarp because the roof was off. Or not a Chiron, the Mistral.
Oh my goodness.
With a tarp over the roof, and they're like pushing it through 4 inches of water.
Yeah, that kind of...
Someone's car got ruined. I don't know whose, but someone's car got ruined.
Well, that's the problem with Florida. Florida is literally the definition of it will be perfect and you will not expect it, and then rain will just come out of literally nowhere.
I mean, usually it's like a light rain though, you know? I feel like Florida, this had dumped.
Yeah, this tropical poured.
It dumped.
It's swampy too.
I remember there was I don't know, maybe it was like last year, it felt like a hot topic where people were like, Miami's trying to replace Car Week.
Do we think that'll ever happen?
Monterey's too small, like it's getting too big, it's too crowded for there, and like Miami's trying to come up and do this stuff and replace Car Week. And then you see something like that. Is the weather too volatile to have
low key, I think
hundreds of millions of dollars worth of cars on a golf course?
It has to play into it. Like there's a reason why Cali is leased like for those events, because you're gonna have crystal clear weather all the time.
And if it rains,
you be
the saying "if it rains, it pours" does not apply to California.
Not at all. If it rains, it probably just rain a little bit and it will clear up pretty well.
If it rains, it rains.
Yes, that's it.
That's California.
That's it.
If it rains, it rains, and on most days it doesn't.
That's a good question though. Is there a chance that Monterey Car Week can ever be replaced from it being in Monterey?
That is a good question.
I think there's too much money at stake. Like Monterey would not let that happen. There's an influx of money that they get.
The argument to be made is definitely a bigger area.
Yeah.
Because I think Car Week has always been somewhat big, but now that it's social media big,
it's too small.
It's way too small.
The Forza map, when we're all there, it's not enough space.
The traffic is horrible.
There's not enough space.
I've had people tell me, they're like, even Eric was like, he's like, yeah, I kind of want to bring the 997 GT3 RS he just bought or whatever. He's like, I think they were telling me that would be so much more of a flex than the whatever. And I was like, dude, well, first of all, the Senna would be more of a flex than anything.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't want a manual car or a single clutch, because the other one, I think he had a single clutch car that he mentioned too. You don't want a manual car or a single clutch in Monterey.
It's not
trying to leave 17 Mile to get into Carmel.
It is not the move at all. It's honestly, so like, okay, so it's all about where you stay. So do you remember we went to Lambeau House?
Mm-hmm.
That part out there, that's low key the place to stay. That's
Right.
also where like it's expensive to stay.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you can stay there, because nobody goes that way.
So you have to stay there.
Correct.
To go into town is always going to suck.
It is. But where we stay and go into town is worse than going from where that area is and into town. Because we're coming from the side that everybody comes from, like the actual Monterey side over. Mm-hmm. And then we're like right in the middle of Carmel, so it's that blend. They're coming from the south side where nobody cuts through there. Everybody goes around. It's more ideal. It's not better. It's not crazy. It's more ideal.
We're just close to the happenings. Like everyone wants to go to 17 Mile. We were already on 17 Mile.
Everyone wants to go in and out. It's 10 minutes down the street.
Right.
Go to Civilization. It's 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
To get to Carmel, to get to 17 Mile, we didn't have to get onto a highway.
Yep.
That's where we went, because the highway's always backed up too.
It's terrible.
It's tough.
It's terrible.
There's one way in, one way out.
I don't think it's getting any better anytime soon. It's going to worsen, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Like this year, last year Car Week Monterey was like the social media year, and I think it's only going to get amplified next year. Mm-hmm. It's going to be disgusting, and like I'm worried about it. And we're already going to go. We already got the house. Like it's just it's on 17 Mile again. Like I don't want to bring anything uncomfortable. I might even bring 2 cars. That's what Cam did, and it was genius. Like his Ventador just stayed when he wanted it to, and then he had his plaid. He was like, "Yeah, I'm going in and out plaid." Boom. That's low key genius.
Mm-hmm.
I might bring 2 cars.
But when we're going in and out,
you got to stunt.
yeah, I already know you like the attention.
You got to stunt.
He'll pull up in the plaid. He doesn't care.
Well, he's Cam Casey.
Yeah, he's not worried about it.
Yeah, he's chilling. I got to at least pull up and flex a little bit then.
Mm-hmm.
I think it also depends on what car I have. If I have the A12, then I'll bring the A12 in another car, just whatever it is.
Would you feel cool in the S63?
I would. I would feel cool.
You would feel cool.
Would people like accept it? They would know. But I would be like, you guys don't know what this
like
is.
you'd bring the S63 up with to Monterey?
Heck yeah.
Is that what you would bring? Or the Cullinan?
I'd bring the Cully. Especially if I want to do some work to it.
Did you still half stunt?
Yeah, exactly. So I can still pull up and be like, okay, you got some motion. Yeah, I got the A12 at the crib, yo. And he's like, oh, you brought both cars. Yeah, I got both this year.
We'll see if it's still the A12 by then.
That's going to be the biggest question mark. Is it still going to be the A12 by then?
But you were just telling me how much you love the S63.
I do love the S63. Guys, I've discovered something. And I'm not saying that I'm happy about it, and I'm not saying that it's something that I would have expected, but this is the truth. There's nothing else but what I'm about to say. There's not a debate.
There's nothing else but what you're about to say.
There's no debate. Like, this is not a debating topic. What I'm about to say is factual. The S63, the new 2026 S63E Performance, is the most complete car on the market right now. And when I say complete car, it does everything extremely well. Everything. Better than a Turbo S. You heard it here first.
Everything better than a Turbo S.
Everything. It is the epitome of a perfectly blended car. From luxury, tech, performance, handling, everything.
Would you say it's more of a sports car than a Turbo S?
That's a tough one. But I would say, because again, when I say sports car, right, Turbo S is made to be a sports car that does a lot of things well. This doesn't have to be a sports car. Like, this can be classified as a luxury car, but it performs disgustingly well. It's got 791 horsepower, 1,000 feet of torque. That's disgusting numbers.
That's
Granted,
disgusting
it's
numbers.
a heavy car.
It's a heavy car.
But again, what you feel in your foot, it's like you know when you have like that like luxury-esque vehicle and you just go, I wish it just had more in your right foot. This car has plenty in your right foot. Not just what you want, it has more. You go, okay, I shouldn't have this much right foot. And then again, I'm in an S-Class. So like I'm extremely comfortable. Me, in a 4-door S-Class, I'm chilling driving it. Sound system's perfect. It's got the 3D speakers. It's got the Burmeister sound system. That thing cranks, like not supercar speakers. It's actually like cranks. Carbon fiber, all red interior, matte black paint job on the outside. It's mental. I'm telling you. And again, the suspension is ridiculously soft. But if I click it into Sport Plus, I actually feel like I'm driving supercar level performance. Like it's what's a car in the 200 range and it's smoking it?
So I was looking something up because a thought just hit me.
What was the thought?
Well, there's been all this stuff. Audi released the new RS5.
Okay.
And there's a sedan and a wagon version.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Audi has been off their rocker with their designs. It's disgusting. Every time I see an A6 or an A5, I just get pissed off right now because they look so bad. So Kia. The RS5 was actually, they made it super aggressive. I like how it looks a lot. But there's been so much stuff about how much it weighs. It is so heavy.
How bad is it? It can't be more than 6?
It is not more than 6.
Is it high 4s? Or are we into the 5s?
We're into the 5s.
They've lost their mind.
We're in the 5s.
We're in the 5s. They've lost their mind.
It's 300 pounds lighter than your S63.
300 pounds lighter than my S63. How much horsepower does that have?
And it's an RS5.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
It's not the RS. It's not the RS7. It's not the SQ. Technically, like an S8 would have been their competitor to that.
Yeah.
RS5. There's still 6. There's still 7. There's still 8 before we're to the S-Class size, and it's 300 pounds away from that. It's more than like a F-150.
That's pretty bad. What's the performance like numbers on it?
5,200 pounds. It is.
It's got to have at least 650 plus.
It was 6 something.
650 plus. If it's low 6s, that's weak for that car.
It was. I want to say it was high 6s.
It needs to be because at 5,200 pounds, it needs that, or else you will not feel it in your right foot.
Ooh, tough.
What is that?
639.
It's right there at the border. I think that's too low. I don't think that's enough. How much torque does it have?
For 5,200 pounds, that's
No,
I
it's
mean,
ass bags. That's why. That's why. What does it have for torque?
608 torque.
Yeah, see, no. I think what makes
Yours is 1,055.
I'm telling you, what makes that car special is that combination of torque. Because for it being so heavy, that thing gets out of a dig. Like I'll go. That's what I love.
It says 2.8.
Huh?
This says 2.8.
That's what I'm saying, dog. Think about that. In a 4-door in a luxury S class, I'm doing 2.8.
You want to know how ChatGPT knows me?
What
At the end, after this whole conversation between the RS5 and the S63, it goes, if you want, I can also show you something crazy. Power to weight versus your McLaren 650S.
You spend a lot of time with ChatGPT?
Oh, yeah. This is broken. How do I fix it? This is broken. How do I fix it? This is also broken. How do I fix it?
Should I be worried about this? Is this concerning right now? How has your 650S been since everybody knew that you got it? You want to talk about what has it been, officially a week and a half of ownership?
Yeah, a week. Last Monday, I took delivery.
How is it? What's a week of ownership like?
That car is fantastic.
It does something to you?
It does a lot to me.
Good.
Hey, that car's like, okay, you want to go and get a good high quality one, you're paying like 125, 120. You can find one 120. You can probably find a decent one between 115 and 120, maybe. Mine will be about there. So I just need to get a couple things fixed because it is not in sell condition.
Right.
Too many things broken. But when I get them fixed, it'll be in great shape. It'll be a great deal for somebody.
It's a menacing looking car too.
All that you get for that car is just so crazy. It's so good. It is so good. I don't know why someone would go and buy an R8 or an NSX. I do know why someone would buy those cars, but this car is just like, it's so fun.
From a driver experience.
It is so fast.
It gives you what you want.
It's so fast, and the steering is so good. The car just feels so light on its toes at all times. You feel so in control. It feels so direct. Like there's no numbness to it.
It's that raw.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You're driving supercar.
For that money is what always kills me. Like
And
when
then
you think about it.
The straight pipe thing is what is probably a big part of what does it.
The tune.
The top's down and it's loud.
The
When
turbos.
you get the RPMs up there, it's loud.
It spools. It's pretty nasty.
And the turbos are awesome. I'm getting addicted to turbo noises.
You're becoming more of a McLaren person.
Just the let off and the
McLarens do that nasty, but I don't think they do it without like. It's actually really good version of noise. It's pretty good noises that you're making right now. Let me tell you,
turbo ASMR.
McLarens, they have that type of turbo noise. You tune them, they sound even better.
Mm-hmm.
Like Porsche, again, they're like what I think about.
Oh, I forgot they exist.
Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. The Turbo S. I'm thinking, okay, let's do Turbo S 488. Any McLaren in that range, I would say, like, let's just use 720 as a reference. 720 tuned, the turbo noise is really spool. 488s is not anything too crazy. Turbo S, depending on the way you tune it, is. But McLarens, when you tune them, they have a distinguishable turbo whistle to them that's not like any other car. When you couple that with a Spider and a straight pipe exhaust, it takes a McLaren.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's like what you want. It's enough. It's all the speed, all the go-kart feeling, top down with enough noise that makes the driving experience worth it.
The go-kart feeling.
It's amazing.
As you know, I've always loved a go-kart car. So I think looking at the other cars that I had mentioned, obviously you would pick those cars because you want something easier and more comfortable.
Right.
Because although this is a very comfortable car, like cruising, you put it in normal mode, super soft suspension, it'll eat up bumps. It feels awesome. It is smoother than my lowered Aston was.
Really?
Pre-lowered, Aston was probably about on par. Lowered Aston was a mess.
Cooked.
This car, smoother. This car rides great. But the overall usability is definitely not nearly as ideal as maybe like an R8 would be.
What makes you say that? What about it?
You don't realize how far out those doors swing.
They move. What have you done? Did you hit something?
Oh, I didn't hit anything.
Okay.
I just pulling it in the garage and just thinking about like parking spaces. You can't squeeze out of a parking space with a crack.
No.
because then you got to go under the door.
You're
So
trapped.
you've got to have some space. So you just, you are a little more decisive on where to park and where you can and can't here in Los Angeles County, because they do swing out.
Yeah, they do. They don't move as much vertical first. Like they are fully.
They're
out.
fully out. You need at least 3 feet of clearance, like a clean 3 feet from the furthest edge of the vehicle,
Yeah, it's pretty tax. That is pretty tax.
I think.
I didn't even think about that. But it adds to the whole lure of the car. Without those doors, it doesn't make the car.
And then getting in and out of, that tub. So there's like little things that you go, okay, this car's definitely not the easy to just whip around. I need to go to the grocery store. I'm going to take the McLaren because I can.
Right. You're doing that.
I have
though.
done that,
Yeah,
though.
You're definitely doing that.
I've totally done that. But it's maybe not as easy as it would be in like an R8.
So now, after a week of ownership, you are 100% super satisfied with your decision.
Yes, this car is awesome.
Good. Because
This car is
there was
awesome.
a lot of debate and deciding and choosing and factors.
There was. And part of me thinks no matter what I got, I'd be happy right now.
Right.
But I understand the hype for the 650. We've sat down with people that have had them, and they speak just so highly of that car.
Yeah.
People are missing out on that car. Look, there's things that are messed up on the car, and that's what you deal with. And I don't know what it's going to cost yet
That's the fun part.
to fix said things, but it functions.
Plenty.
Nothing's messed up enough where I can't drive it.
It's plenty.
It's just
McLaren problems.
it's the electrical stuff.
That's all it is.
It might cost me $800 per seat to get them moving again, but that could happen in any car, right?
It could definitely happen in any car. McLarens are just riddled with those problems.
My seat moves forwards and backwards, and then the backrest moves backwards but not forwards. And so it was at pretty much the perfect position when I got it. And then when I was testing it out, I moved the seat back a little bit. And now it's too far back, but it won't move forward because the forward is broken. So now it's like a little more reclined than I would prefer. But that's what I got until I get the seat fixed.
Well, you're in at an extremely good price. So like you can do all the stuff you want.
I've got some room to fix it.
You're chilling. Somebody buying a car retail, like if you're going to buy a 650S retail, it's got to be in relatively good condition.
For sure. Which I think is why they go so low in those wholesale auctions.
Yeah, there's a spread on those things.
Because you don't have the information. You don't know what's broken until it gets there.
That's part of Mannheim fun game. Like buying a McLaren on Mannheim has to be one of the literal like, all right, let's hope. let's hope this turns out
what I
well.
did. But you pay a let's hope price. So
and it works out. Sometimes it works out.
Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. So I'm hoping it should work out fine.
It will work out fine.
But if I had paid $10,000 more, which would have been like fair wholesale maybe for if everything worked fine, I'd be stressed.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. Would you, if you had paid $10K more and a car came, would you have sent it back?
I might have tried.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe like taking a day and then sat there and go, yeah, I'm going to send this back.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay.
I would yeah, probably so. I would have at least reached out and asked.
Yeah, you would have texted me and be like, am I crazy for thinking about sending this back? And I'm like, no, send that shit back.
Yeah.
Fuck them, send it back.
10K more in, I think I would have.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to cost me 10K to fix everything. But 10K more and then I'd have to fix everything on top of that. I would have been like, yo, there's a lot of issues with this.
Right. Is older McLaren's the wave then?
I don't know.
Is it kind of the move? Like, what does a 675 go for right now?
675s, mid twos.
Mid twos.
I think anywhere from low to, anywhere from 200 to 300, depending on what you're getting. Low twos is going to be coupe with miles and.
Hold on.
Yeah. And then Spider's going to be 270, 280.
So you're telling me in the 200 to 300 price range, you have a 675 coupe and Spider, 600 LT coupe and Spider, and 720S coupe and Spider.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you picking out of those three? That's a tough one.
That's a very tough one. That's a very tough one. There's pros and cons to all of them.
All of them. It's
what would you pick? Do you have a thought?
I do.
Off the rip?
So to be honest with you,
720.
So 675 LT does not make the cut right now, just because again, I would need more drive time with it.
It's not your style.
It's not my style. Again, I got to drive it. I have not driven that car, so I need to drive that car because I've had a lot of time with 600. I've had a lot of time with 720. so I know them too well. If I have some time with 675, we'll revisit the question. Right now, I would buy a 600 LT because I haven't had one.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it.
Fair.
But if I'm going to go back to my, like what I know I like a lot already, 720 Spider.
Yeah.
No brainer.
You want to hear the weirdest triangle that happens in my head?
Yeah.
I put 720 and 600 LT next to each other, and I go, I don't know, maybe the 720. Wait, am I saying this right? Yeah, maybe the 720. And then I put the 720 next to the 675, and I'm like, definitely the 675 over 720. But then I put 675 and 600, and I'm like, but maybe the 600 over the 675. Like it's like a love triangle of McLarens. You put them head to head, and it's like I pick a different one
Every single
each time. But you put all three of them in the mix, then all of a sudden it's like my brain goes into
Mush mode.
can't compute.
Why do you pick 675 over 720?
675 over 720 just feels like, what are you doing? Like, why would you get a 720 over 675? I don't know why that makes sense, but it's, I can't explain all the thoughts in my head that are happening right now. I think the 675 is just so cool, but it's older.
You talk about the design. I can get on board with that. Like,
yeah.
I think that design was like very McLaren homage. Like it looks like OG McLaren DNA.
And I've just talked to multiple people that have been like either P1 owners or have driven a lot of P1s and then have a 675 or have had one or driven it a lot. One of the two. They've have a lot of experience with both of those cars. And they're always like, the 675 is criminally underrated. That car is like a baby P1. It's what they all call it. And so they say it's just amazing and it drives a lot like a P1. And I guess is some magical experience that McLaren hasn't totally captured in some of the other cars. So I think it's another one of those things, you're getting so much car for the money, but then you look at your options and you're like, oh, would you get a 720 instead of a 675? You've got newer, more tech. It's just as fast,
Right.
Probably faster in a straight line, all that stuff.
It's definitely faster.
So it kind of broke the rules.
Right.
But the 675 is kind of sick.
It's super sick. I think what comes down to, if you want to make it simple, 675 versus 720, one of them is going to be more raw. 675 is more raw because, again, it was just older McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you talk about like the tech inside the car, it kind of worries me. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. I wouldn't like the olderness of it. It being older, I'm not a fan of that. I would pick the 720 because of it. But then when you talk about blending everything together, comfortable or relatively comfortable while being raw, while having good tech, it's a 600. That's why I think I would pick a 600 LT Spider. Like if I had to live in that range, that's what I'm picking.
Those would be some vibes. The 600 LT Spider, downpipes,
And
the whole nine.
The top exit exhaust.
Yeah, the flames coming out.
That adds to it. That alone gives it like a 2 points right there.
Because I'm going to say, I don't have any experience in a Spider with a loud exhaust. This is the first time I've driven around a Spider with a loud exhaust. It makes a massive difference.
It's awesome.
It is incredible.
Awesome.
The sound is like, you put the top on and you're like, oh, it's quiet. Top comes down, you're screaming. It is right. I don't know. It's so loud. It is very lit.
Like I get why people like Spiders.
My lord, it is quite lit.
It's unequivocally busting. I understand the Spider hype for sure. Like I think that's partly goes back to like if I was to get another car, I would be even interested in doing an A12 GTS just because it would elevate the A12 experience to have the top off even more.
100%.
So like that's not on. Don't think that's off the table. Like A12 GTS jump is on the table. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I'd have to drive one.
Spider's huge.
It's massive.
So that's almost my dilemma with the 720 too, is in the 720, I am kind of weirdly obsessed with the visibility in that car.
I agree.
I think that's awesome.
The
You can
doors.
360, you can see in that car. It's windows all around you.
It's lit.
But then it's not a Spider.
The doors.
And that's
too.
my dilemma there. I know you have a thing about the doors.
I do have a thing. I have a weird obsession with those doors. Like I think those are the best doors possible. Because they put that's the style doors in the Tourbillon, no? In a sense.
In a sense.
In a sense.
Yeah.
They're very relatively similar in the way they open.
Yeah, where the roof is part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big slut for that kind of door.
Mm-hmm.
I am. So like if you combine it all, it's hard for me to look away from the 720. The only reason I wouldn't pick it is because I've had it. 600 LT is
Mm-hmm.
Like the more I'm sitting here talking about it, the more I'm like, let me just. What are they? Are they low twos or are they mid twos right now?
Spider?
Can I find a good Spider under 235?
I think so. 235 is a hefty bar.
It is.
Yeah.
So I can get a good.
I think we
Spider
can find you
under it.
I think we can find you a good Spider around 220. I think we use a 220 Spider.
Okay.
Might be worth it.
At that price, I think
Why not?
That's why I think it's definitely worth it. At 220, it's worth it. Like 250 is where I go. Why am I not getting a 720?
McLaren Spider Bros?
I'd be all for that.
If you're listening in your car, I did I did Spider-Man motions.
I'd be all for that. I want to get your car's tune looked at.
Oh,
I'm dying to know what it is.
yeah, I'm scared.
Why
But
are you
it's-
scared?
I don't know. I don't trust anyone but Matt. That's why I'm scared.
I just want Matt to look at it.
The ECU's up under the rear passenger wheel well.
Oh, it's easy then. That's wheel, couple screws, boom, liners off, computer. It's like the Aventador. It was exactly what the Aventador was.
Okay, that's
Literally-
easy.
Yeah.
My only ECU experience is like the easiest ECU ever. You don't have to remove anything.
Which was it? The 4C?
Yes.
What was it? Walk me through it.
So the engine compartment sits in front of the trunk
Mhm.
space behind the car. And on the back wall of the trunk space, between the trunk and the engine, is a 3-inch gap. And the ECU is bolted to the back wall of the trunk, between the trunk and the engine. So you literally just remove the 4 bolts on the ECU and unplug it and pull it out. You remove 0 panels.
That's pretty ideal.
It is 4 bolts.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
It was fantastic.
This is like if you want to do like the easy, quicker way, literally jack it up, pop the wheel off, take the fender liner off or the rear wheelhouse liner, whatever you want to call it, pull the ECU out. So it's not like we got to tear down bumpers and shit like that or tear down the inside. All it is wheel, liner, access, put it back, liner, wheel, send it. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, because when I was doing the Aventador, I was like, how do we take the ECU out of the Aventador? Matt looked at me like I was an idiot. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, right there in the rear passenger well. And I was like, okay, show me. And then Matt was like, boom, 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 brr, brr, brr. I was like, all right, pretty easy. Pretty easy. So once I saw that, I was like, this shit's a cakewalk.
I might end up having to send the car down to Orange County to get things fixed anyway, so
Yeah, to who?
Hmm?
To who?
guess we'll find out.
Oh, your boys here?
Hmm?
Your boys here can't handle it?
I don't know.
Really?
Still waiting.
That's going to be interesting.
I'm about to call them in the morning because I dropped off the car Wednesday morning. They looked at it, and then I called them Thursday, and I was like, "Hey, what's the deal? What's the estimate?" And he was like, "Oh, we got to do some research on parts, and blah blah blah. Like, I'm gonna call you as soon as I know anything." Okay.
Monday.
I meant to call
Nothing.
him today, and I
You
got
busy.
away from
You
me.
got busy.
So I'm gonna
A Wednesday drop off Monday. They don't want work?
Wednesday morning.
They don't want work?
Wednesday morning.
That's interesting.
So we're talking all day Wednesday,
Right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. 5 days. And I don't even have an estimate.
I don't know. Is that they're scared or they don't want to work?
When I pulled up, there was a 650 on the lift with the entire engine and transmission out of the car. So
They don't want to work.
it's not like they don't have experience with the car.
Yeah, that's weird. 5 days?
I was like, dang, what are y'all doing with that one? He was like, engine rebuild. Oh.
So they know the car.
He goes, yeah, we've done a lot of those. And I was like, oh.
I see it below in your
In my tuned 650.
That just sounds like they don't want to work though. I'm not trying to throw them under the bus by any means either, but like 5 days without an estimate, like even just give me a ballpark number. Like you don't have to hold me to it, but you're like, hey, I haven't done the research, but this is a ballpark.
We're still looking for parts, but here's where we're at.
Relatively.
Here
right?
are the things we need to fix, and this is where we're at. And I just need numbers on parts.
Can I tell you a little something like kind of the way that I operate when I get in a situation like this?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I like because again, part of like when you have a business, there's times where like stuff falls through the cracks naturally, right? But like when a customer calls me and they're like, "Hey, you have that blah blah blah," I'm like, "Hey, I got it right now. Give me 2 minutes," right? I will drop anything that I'm doing to just get that done, right? Because again, if I messed up the timeline, like you came Wednesday morning and it's Friday and you're calling me, you're like, "Hey, where's the estimate?" Be like, oh, actually, you know what? I'm just literally waiting on a couple parts sourcing. Give me 2 minutes and I'll get it done for you. I might have not done shit, but the second that phone call's over, I'm doing your task completely all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that be like, oh yeah, give me 2 minutes. and then it's 2 days from there. And those are the people that that's the people that don't care. It's okay to let things, not saying that it's okay to not let things fall through the cracks, but like when you have a business, it's just kind of how it happens. Some customers understand that, some don't. But like if I drop the ball on something, no matter what I'm doing, I will drop everything and just get that task done.
Mm-hmm.
Some people I feel like that's a foreign. They're like, oh, when I do a couple of the things that I got to do today. No. I'm backlogged on this work. Like it takes precedence over today's priority because this was supposed to be 2 days ago.
Yeah. You're sitting on a potential bag.
That's what I'm saying. It's a customer, bro. What are we talking about? Even if you go, hey, here's a quote, bring the car in on Thursday of next week.
Mm-hmm.
And even if your quote's not accurate, you have till Thursday to get everything dialed in. And they drop off the car. Hey, just letting you know, this so-and-so, this part's sold, blah, blah, blah. Now it's this cost. Just giving you a heads up. Maybe like $100 more, $100 less, whatever it is. Do the work.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to work. How is this an older shop or is this filled with some younger cats?
It's
Got it.
It's you, low key.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's you 10 years older.
I don't like him.
But definitely like a full alternate version.
Really?
Like similar situation, like family shop, took it over, all that stuff. But you're like Earth 54, you know what I mean?
Yeah, completely different. Yeah. Would it be interesting if we met and we did kind of like a crossover episode?
I would love it, honestly. I'd love to see it. It's quite hilarious.
Is he a talker? Does he do the BS as good as I do it? He's on my level. He's decent.
Like, if I wasn't inundated,
okay, then I understand.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand. You're like, deeply inundated.
Yeah, I can kind of catch on to it.
You are deeply inundated. I don't think there's another human being that's inundated as close as
so
you
I can
are.
kind of catch on to it, and I'm like, that's part of why I'm like, he's you, because there's so much of the things. Even the phone call when I called in about the thing, like some of the things he said, I was just like, man, I'm talking to Joe. This guy learned all the tricks from his old man. Yep. He knows what he's doing.
Rinsing through things, going through the motions, just hitting it, eating it up.
The only problem is now it's been 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. If you call him, he should be like, oh, my bad, bro. Give me 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't, then he's just a slap at that point. Can I ask you a weird question? Has dealing with me made you more confident with dealing with like other people out in the wild?
To an extent.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the credit. A little bit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's so much of a confidence thing. I guess I don't think like proactively about it. I've just gotten more comfortable dealing with people in general, and then when they do stuff, that I'm just better at recognizing the line of things,
the pattern.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, guy.
Yeah,
calm down, calm down.
I know this probably works on most.
Yes, but you are no longer that person.
But I've always felt that about so many things. I can't be sold.
Right.
Like I see these sales. Even like sales Instagram stuff, like Shelby Sapp.
Some of those are bad, man.
And it's like, oh, how do you deal with this objection or whatever? And then they say it. I'm like, people like fall for this?
They do.
People get sold off of that?
They do, which is wild.
And then I jump on a call and they're like, tell me your pain points. I'm like, brother, tell me what you're offering.
I'm not telling you my pain points.
Yeah,
don't worry about me.
Why am I going to give you all the sales ammo?
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me what you're offering? I gotta talk to my wife. Are you the man in your house, brother? This is $6,000. I'm not just gonna fling it on a Thursday morning without. If you would have been transparent about your pricing, I could have talked to her before I had the call. But now I've had the call. Now I know what it costs.
Oh man, salesmen kill me. Sales is becoming more of like. Because it's getting more and more popular, obviously it's been extremely popular forever, but like there's more of like the douchebag bros type of thing doing it. Now it's become an art where like if you're not subliminally selling, you can very much read it and it's a very big turnoff. Like good salesmen can subliminally sell. And if you don't have that skill set, like there's too many people that try too hard to sell.
The script sales is what it is.
It's terrible.
If you're following a script, the script is probably... But it works, I guess. There's enough NPCs out there, so
that's the thing. It's all NPCs. Like the Chat GPT scripting. Okay, this is not so much car related anymore, right? But I want to talk about this. The amount of content that I see where I'm watching something and I'm like, how can somebody Chat GPT this and really think that this is good? Like I'm all for like content being done and getting content through, but like when I watch and I go, all you did was Chat GPT script this and then read it out loud. that's not going to convert anything. Obviously, NPCs will convert to a certain degree, but like what I do, which I think makes me a little distinguishable, is I'll take the ChatGPT script, but I use it in bullet point references as like topics, and then I freedom it, and then you watch it and you go, that's not a script. Like he's saying what he thinks he should be saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's no ChatGPT. Like if I start throwing out friggin' quintessential, they're gonna be like, that's ChatGPT. Come on now. That's not you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a blend. I'm seeing way too much content. Everything is AI structured.
Yeah. That's not being lazy. That's just being smarter and more dedicated with your time.
Yeah, no. You're lazy.
No, I know. That's a classic ChatGPT structure at the end of whatever. You're not, or it's not, something's not, period, it's blank. It loves to end things in that structure.
It's interesting the way it works. And now we have so many various forms of AI that like you'll notice the discrepancies in some of them just based on kind of like what they use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, we're in such a wild time right now.
I love the ChatGPT jokes. I don't know if you've seen any of these where people are like, telling ChatGPT that I just ran someone over with my car. And it's like,
No, I've not seen this.
This is actually a common struggle with people, and this doesn't mean you're wrong. It's like rationalizing like running someone over. Oh, it's pretty funny. This is actually, I had this topic. It's actually kind of a perfect segue, talking about sales and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How do you approach negotiating with a dealer on a car?
Okay.
That wasn't understood.
My approach is,
like, what are your tactics?
okay, so I'm usually the quote unquote informed buyer. Like I know more about what I'm buying than the person selling it normally, right?
Sure.
I think now most of the shit I'm buying is kind of niche, so it is harder to be more informed than the person, because usually the guy that is selling what I'm looking for, it's like he's like, this is his shit, right?
Yeah.
So now it's a little different because I know I'm dealing with somebody of equal caliber. It's more so less BS. Let's just get to the point of it, right? I don't play games anymore. I don't have time for games. The negotiation is, look, I've done my homework. I know what the market is. This is what I want to pay. If you're willing to do that, let's make a deal. If you're not, I'm not going to call you back. You're going to harass me. I'm not going to answer. I'll find another one cheaper. I'll find another one for where I want to be. I don't play the game. Like I immediately pin it on them. And if they want to play the game, then
right
play
off the bat,
play the game. Go ahead. I'm not going to do it. I just won't do it.
So you just have your number.
Mm-hmm.
You pick a number, and you go in and you do it, and you stick to it.
Yeah, I have two numbers. I have the number that I want to be at, and if they want to be real and they work with me and they're like, yeah, I want to move the unit, let's do it. Cool. And then I have the number where I go, if I can't find another one and I can't find something else comparable, I'll go to this price. Because then it'll make it seem like I'm being fair in the negotiation type of thing. So like they're giving me, let's say I want $5,000 off of what they have, right? I start with 5 and they're like, we could do 1,000, right? And I'm like, you're not at a $1,000 discount, you're not moving the needle at all, right? 2,500, you meet me in the middle. Okay, we can get there. So they do 1,000, then I'll be like, okay, I will come up to the middle, and that's my final thing. But it all depends on my desire. If I'm locked in and I really don't want something that bad, but I'm willing to do it for the right price, then I have my number, I stick to it, and I'm done. Because most of the things I'm buying, there's enough of them to go after it. We're talking about SVJ Roadsters. I don't have the same leverage, because then at that point, when you talk about that much niche of a product, it's not the same negotiating as a normal car dealer.
For sure.
It gets flipped.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a balance.
I have the car. You want it.
Private seller, Gavin, or like?
No, I with those niche markets.
Exactly. Yeah, you're screwed at that point.
A one of one spec, all that stuff. It's
You're
like,
screwed.
no, I want this price. Someone will probably pay it eventually.
Exactly. And then I think it also depends on the dealer too. So like if I'm looking at a dealership, right, and it's like a small little rinky-dinky dealership, I might play the line that they're on a floor line and they want to move the unit, versus like a big power franchise store. They don't have to move the car if they don't want to, because again, they know it's going to sell. So there's a leverage aspect to it. There's a, like, for example, one of the things that I'm open to doing, again, just depending on how it is, I will go into something and go, get me financed, because I know that they'll work with me on the number more because they'll make back end money. So if I want the car bad and I go, okay, I'm willing to work the price, I'll feed myself to them knowing that they will work the deal harder because they're making back end finance money. So I get my number, They get their back end money, which helps them reduce the margin here, and we're fine. As long as it's nothing drastically different than what my financing would have been. But if I can give them that money, it'll give me better number. That's if I want what I'm buying badly.
Yeah.
If not, then no. I usually come prepared. Like when I bought the Cullinan, I went and I was like, this is what I want. You want to do it? Yep, done. Cool. I had my lending in situation. I had everything dialed. I'd have to go to the dealership.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
How about you?
I guess I definitely come up with a number that seems usually would be, if they said yes, fantastic. You know?
Right.
I throw out a number that seems fair. I don't try to throw out a low ball, but something that's going to like offend them, but something that's low enough to where I'm like, they're most likely not going to say yes to this. And I'm anchoring it to a price that I can work up to a little bit.
Right.
Is usually how I go. But at the same time, I think working, because I've worked several deals for other people now, and one thing I've noticed that always plays well is having someone that's ready to go. So readiness is always key. If you can say, here's my number, kind of like you say, take it or leave it. But if you can say, here's my number and I'm serious and I will do this today at this number, they're way more likely to work for you and try to bring something to the table. If you are just like throwing out offers and like you can throw out whatever and they don't actually know how serious you are until you're like, hey, I'm serious. I will buy this car today at this price. The only thing standing between me and buying this car is this number. They're more likely to then start to show their cards. Unfortunately, that's just too far. I'm not going to be able to do that, do that price. Okay, so maybe I can come up a little bit. Because if you're too far, usually they'll just tell you that. I can't do that,
Right.
Which is exactly what I do. You're too far, I can't do it. I'm not going to start negotiating with myself for you,
Right.
Like, oh, I'll come down 3,000 because you just lowballed me. Like, no, that's embarrassing. We're too far. That's okay. If you get realistic, come back with a little higher number, and maybe once we get close enough, we can start talking, right? So if I get that response, that's okay, we're too far, blah, 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 and it's like, okay, I know I need to come up. So I don't want to go right away and just immediately let it sit for a second, let them be like, oh, I had like maybe a decent lead. Now they're gone. Then come back and go, you know what? Looking at the market, I'll come up to this. Now we're in business, right? But at the end of the day, it's like once you start seeing the room they have and once they start working a little bit, that's when the aggressiveness is always what seems like it makes the deals.
Okay.
I will do this today at this price. Today is always big because they want to lock in a sale.
Yeah.
They've talked to so many people. They've gone through so many leads who just want to throw out an offer or look at how it plays out and, oh, I want the numbers on this car. I'm also working numbers on this car. Like if you're like, this is the car I wanted, I'll buy it today at this price, and they know I have a locked-in sale. If I can make this price happen, then immediately they're going to go, can I make this price happen? Or can I not?
Right.
I got to get on my negotiation horse.
I like that.
Because a lot of people don't really want to negotiate.
No.
So like, if they can make the number happen, like they might throw out something to try to see if you'll concede, but they want your deal.
Oh, 100%.
So
one thing I'll say about the way that I do things that I've realized now has kind of screwed me a couple times is there's so many people out there that lowball and just say like, yeah, here's my number. And then everybody knows they're not serious. That if my number's not correct enough, they will treat me like a non-serious buyer, even though I'm probably one of the more extreme buyers in it. But if I do my tactic of, here's my number, this is what I want, you can't make it happen, no. Sometimes they'll play the game of like, yeah, we can't make it happen, even though they can, but they're playing like this guy's not even serious ball. I leave knowing I was serious. They let me walk thinking this guy was never even serious to start because I don't offer any of that blend of negotiation type of thing.
mm-hmm.
That can cripple you sometimes. Some dealerships don't care about like not even saying lowball, but like they will just not work a first number or a first offer until maybe you go in or you give them some type of credit app or you give them something where they can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, they're not even like interested in even working their number down because you could be using them leverage to get you their number to a certain price. So you can leverage it against somebody else.
Yeah.
So when that happens to me, I get screwed because I will literally just, okay, we can't do it. Done.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they probably could have if I would have played the game.
Right.
But I have no desire to play the game.
Yeah.
I'm past the game. I don't want to play the game anymore.
Yeah, the game's not that fun. And I think a lot of people, you hear about some crazy deals, and I think a lot of people have kind of an unrealistic expectation of what most dealers can offer you off on a car.
Right.
You see a $200,000 car, and all of a sudden you want like $15,000 off, and you think, oh, that's not that much on a $200,000 car. It's like, well, that's their whole margin.
Yeah.
So
Nowadays, too.
nowadays,
Back in the day, there used to be probably way larger margins.
yes,
Now we have so many competition that margins are tight.
bigger spreads, and it also depends on the model. If you want a lower demand model, they probably have a bigger margin. If you want a higher demand model, they probably don't have nearly as much margin.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about a couple times up to this point, just being in the dealer space. Like low demand models, big margin between wholesale and retail because they take a long time to move.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a Ferrari Roma at 195. They probably bought that car for 160, 165.
Yeah.
And they've got $30,000 in margin.
Easily.
So you can go and throw $15,000 less, you can, and they might take it.
Yeah.
Especially because it's a Roma, they want to move it.
Correct.
If there's money in that deal, they'll make the deal
Very much so.
to get rid of it. A Huracan Evo, you're probably not going to negotiate nearly as much.
No, yeah.
They're not going to give you a bunch of money off. They know someone's going to come and buy it.
It'll sell.
So all depends on the car, depends on the desirability, depends on the dealer. There's so many factors. Like, don't just go into a deal assuming that they have $10,000 off to give you. And if they don't, they're not working for you and they're greedy.
Right. I think it's a blend. I remember when I was trying to get the Cullinan, I had first found one that I liked a lot. Matte black, full red interior. It was a 2020 with 15,000 miles, and it was listed for like 256 or 255 or something like that. And it was local, right? So I was like, this is the car I want, right? So I went to go see it. We went to go see it, right? And we went to go look, and I remember it was at an odd franchise store, which I later found out the guy who, a professional athlete traded it into that dealership for like one of their higher end cars type of thing. So like, I remember going there and like, I talked to the guy. I was the first call on the car, right? Because not a lot of people even realized that car was there. First call on it. I wanted to see it, and I was like, yo, I want this car. Like, he's like, yeah, I'll let you know on numbers, right? But I remember the rear door didn't auto close from the outside. You touch a button.
Rear door had a little issue with it.
Rear door had issue with it. The rear deck lid had 2 dents in it. And then I think the TV tray on one of the sides wasn't working. So he was like, let me check up on those things. The car just came in. It's like, hasn't even been safety inspected, right? Let me get it through everything. Let me see what we can get fixed through the warranty, whatever. And I'll let you know. That guy dropped the ball, and he was a finance manager. Because I remember I got plugged up by one of our boys to when I called him, he knew I was like, I'm a serious buyer, right? So it should have been on autopilot. Like I should have bought that car. They never called me back. And you know what I found out?
They raised the price?
They raised the price.
And fixed nothing.
Exactly. That was the wildest thing. They didn't do anything to the car. I realized, like, literally, I remember, like, because again, I got busy with my life, right? So, like, it was probably like 4 days where I didn't even think about the Cullinan. And then I remember coming back and going, this guy never called me back. I realized it a couple days later. I was like, this guy didn't call me back. So then I texted him, and I was like, any update, question mark? And he's like, yes, brother, working on it. I'll let you know shortly. And then I think another, like, full work week went by, and he didn't hit me. So then finally I called him, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, depending on my mood, I can be petty as heck, depending on my mood, right? The cockier I feel, I will get petty. So I called him, and I was like, bro, it's been a week and a half. And I was like, you can't tell me any updates on the car? And he's like, sorry, we haven't really moved on it. We haven't done anything. And I was like, okay, no worries. Just keep me posted, right? Hung up on him. I go the next day to look at the website, from 256 to 279. And I went, okay. You'd raise the price, so you do have time to do something, right? That means they checked the car, checked the market. They were keeping me along to check the market, and then they reassessed the car, because God knows why they listed at 256, because it was definitely $10,000 underpriced, which is why I wanted to buy the car. Like, if it didn't have those issues, I would have bought it that day.
Right.
But I was like, okay, the dents I can use as leverage. I can fix the dents, right? It was a matte paint job too, so I could do it at the shop. Most people would buy that car, they can't replicate that paint job. So they make the dealership fix it. I didn't care about that. I cared about the electrical issues. So I told him, I was like, just don't worry about the dents. Tech on the electrical for me. If we're good, we're good. He gets to the point. So then finally, right, when they raised the price, I called him back, and this was petting me. And I was like, I got plugged to you by so-and-so. They said you're good. 2 weeks, you didn't even update the car. I check it now, it's higher price. He's like, oh, I don't think we didn't, it wasn't me, blah, blah, so-and-so did that, blah, blah. I was like, this car could have been moved 2 weeks ago. I was a serious buyer, and you know that because of so-and-so. And he's like, let me make it up to you. Let me see if I can work a deal for you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I already bought another one. I already got the other car. I already bought one. I go, I'm going to send you a picture just so you can see that I would have bought your car because I paid more for this one, better spec in a sense, but I paid more for it. It was a newer. It's 2 years newer. Mine is 2 years newer, which I did like a lot. And I had less miles. 2 years newer and less miles, but I paid technically less for it at their new price, but more than what I wanted to buy that one for. But I sat there and I really went, this guy really had a buyer at a good price on that car. They probably took that car on a trade in the 220s, 230s, and
Think so?
250s. I think so.
Well, if their first list was 256, that was in the money.
They were definitely listing it for 10 to 15, 20 case. Let's say 10 at the lowest. That means they could have made 10 grand in a car that's not their normal inventory. It was I'm going to say the dealership. It was not the dealership, but the franchise type of store. It was a Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chrysler store, right?
Yeah.
So to see a Cullinan there, it's an outlier car, right? Like they got Trackhawks and wide body Hellcats and stuff, but like to see a 250 car there is an outlier. So they could have moved that unit in less than a couple days for a 10K profit. Like a franchise store should do that all day long. And then I ended up seeing, I didn't ever check too much after that, but I think for at least a month they had the car listed.
Yeah.
Where they could have sold it. And I think they ended up kicking the price down to 274 or 269.
I almost wonder if it's still there.
I know, I could check.
I feel like I was looking at Cullinan's and I saw it.
Saw it there still?
Yeah.
I don't doubt it at this point, to be honest with you. The one thing that got me though was when I showed up at the dealership, I went, this place is a mess. But then I overlooked it because again, I got plugged from one of our people. So I overlooked it. But in my head, I went, they don't have a tight operation here. That kind of threw me off a little bit. But I was like, because of so-and-so, we'll see what happens. And ultimately, again, nothing negative happened, but it was an extremely poor managed thing with a legitimate customer.
Right.
Legitimate customer.
Ready to buy.
Yeah, I wanted that car.
Yeah.
I wanted that car. I liked that
remember.
spec. Matte black on red. That shit was hot. I just can't believe how mismanaged it. So you go back to
I
it,
do wish their red was brighter.
Yeah, it was a little bit of that toned down red. I think it was just part of it being a 2020 and it was used and everything else between.
I don't know if Rolls' red is just that vibrant. That's why everyone gets the orange, no?
Potentially, yeah. The red is it's not G-Wagon
No.
red, no. Because G-Wagon has two different reds.
Right.
It's not the bright red. It's the darker maroon or red. Their base, Rolls-Royce's base. Custom Rolls-Royce interior red, that shit pops. That'd be sick.
Because it's custom.
Yeah. That would be like, I'm picturing already just how vibrant it is. Like picturing like a...
Neon.
Yeah, it'd be so freaking fire. So freaking fire. The Cullinan is just such a fantastic car. To this day, I think that's still my best purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that car. I want to put a wide body kit on it.
You typically love most of your cars.
I do. But I think the Cullinan has like a special place in my heart where I don't ever want to get rid of it.
What does it cost to put a wide body kit on? Do you know?
That's a great question. So it depends. What kit are we buying? Who's doing the work? The quality of the work, everything else between. Spitballing, right? Let's say your favorite aftermarket brand probably cost is realistically somewhere in like the 20s. They sell it for 50 to their wholesalers. They retail it for 70, 80K, right? So let's say I'm a full retail buyer. Let's just say I'm going to get absolutely railed the full way, right? Let's retail me the whole way, right?
Mm-hmm.
My kit is in the 70s, okay? Depending on where I go, because of the name pedigree that they've built for themselves, they can tax me on the build, right? So
You couldn't do it?
I could do it.
Oh.
I can do it. So if I get it, I'm doing it. That's why I want to do it. But I'm saying
So why are we going to talk about someone else?
Okay, so we're doing my cost then?
Yeah.
That's a good question then.
You think you can do it for like 50?
All in? Less, yeah. I can do it for that. Am I buying a real kit or a fake kit?
It's a good question.
If that's that, then for sure I could do it. What would get me over 50 is the real kit. Because
sure.
Wholesale cost on the real kits are still like 40, 50 grand.
Mm-hmm.
The labor is not that intensive. Because again, it's like people think that they're sculpting like God out of this. Like, no,
Right.
all they're doing is the parts relatively fit. Whatever mismatch it is, they're just filling it with Bondo. That's it, which is not that complex. Again, it's just bondoing over everything. And then again, making sure it aligns, spraying everything individual, mounting it back. That's it. It's not that complex. It really is not that complex.
I believe you.
So what gets a lot of people is the labor is not expensive, but because of what you're getting, and they do have to make a really nice product, it's not something that could be like 90%. It's got to be 100%. That's where they're paying for. They're overpaying the labor because what they do have to do is take their time.
Mm-hmm.
If you just ran through it, it's relatively simple and easy to do. But to get a perfect product, you have to take everything off very individually. Like it's a day to tear the car down type of thing.
Yeah.
Half a day to tear the car down type of thing. It's not like a tear the car down, start fitting the bumper, everything. You could speed run it, and there's guys that do it so often that it gets to a point they do it quick. I would take a minute to do it because my guys aren't used to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We just do Honda, Toyota, Lexus, run through everything, right?
Right.
40, 50 cars a month, just of those. Run it.
Make it happen.
Run it. Yeah. They would be able to do it, but it would take a second to like, I'm actually doing a 1016 kit on a Huracan right now. Not a wide body kit, but I got like 1016 fenders, 1016 hood, front bumper, the whole nine. And even the fitment on that stuff is not good. So again, I'm having to work fitment on it too. So I'm sitting there, I'm going, so part of the fun part about like repairing a car like that in an accident plus the aftermarket kit is I'm repairing everything back to factory specifications and alignment. And then I get the kit and I go, is the kit not aligning? Is it my guy's work that is not aligning? Is the car not aligned properly? Like is there a bracket off? Is a frame off? Anything like that off to where it's not aligning perfectly because of the repairs or because of the kit, right? So now there's a balance between those two. And you just have to correct it. So there's Bondo work. That's why they do everything. That's why they have to do it that way, because it's literally, you cannot do it any other way type of thing. Besides, you ever seen those bolt-on designs, wide bodies?
Yeah.
That's where you avoid Bondo, because it's just those bolt-on. But whenever you see that flush, it's the Bondo that makes it flush like that. So they can cover up any imperfections, because even if it doesn't align up, they'll, with Bondo, make it align. So they even bring the fender out with Bondo. So let's say the bumper's in a little bit, the fender's out. They'll Bondo the tip of the bumper to fill it in. Vice versa, if the bumper's out, fender's in, they'll Bondo the fender to make it. They're not adjusting the fender.
Easy money.
That's a lazy way to do it.
Yeah.
You can adjust the fender, but then you have to a lot more work, structural work, which most people don't want to do because it does cut into your profits.
Yeah.
And then the hard part about that business, and this is why like anybody that's watching this and thinks that like the customization business is this crazy, luxurious, profitable business and they're raking everything in, and then they make good money. But the human error aspect of it is so difficult. One mess up on a part, right? Let's say you mess up a hood, right? That's 10 grand of your profit because you can't repair that. Like a forged carbon hood, you're not repairing that. Like if you mess that hood up, you're getting a new hood. It's terrifying, right? So like the human error part of it is difficult because if you mess something up, paint scratch or something like that can be resprayed. It's not the end of the world. If you mess a part up, like I was looking at the 1016 fender on this Huracan, and it comes with forged carbon like louvers in it, right? And I'm looking at the way the louvers are, and it's like literally adhesively glued underneath, right? So you're not supposed to take them off, right? I heat it up, pull it out, so my guys spray the fender so the finishing looks really good, and then I'll re-put the glue back on the louvers so it sticks. If I mess up that forged carbon louver, I can't repair that, right? So like I have to make sure that part is perfect once it goes back in. Those little things, they don't just sell the louver separately. I got to buy the whole fender, and that fender set was like $7 or $8 grand.
Well, a lot of kits, won't name names, but a lot of kits they don't sell any pieces separately
At all. They make you buy the whole kit.
The whole kit.
You know how ridiculous that is.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
you mess up a front bumper. Well, you got to buy the whole kit.
Think about it.
You don't need it. It's too bad.
Think about it. So that part of that business, when people think it's all glamorous and they're like, these guys are raking in, their margins are not that big to begin with. And if they have anybody mess up, that's why, like, I don't want to name names either, but like you'll watch videos where some of the guys that own these companies, they're doing some of the work themselves. And that's not just because of the fact that that they need to. It's because it's so important to make sure everything's treated with care that they are taking the time themselves, because of the fact that if they do it correctly, the margin is there. We're going to secure our profit. So that makes me having to spend my time on the car. You spend your time on the car versus somebody that's like, no, I run the business. My guys do everything. You leave that element of nobody's going to care as much as you are to take everything off perfectly. Put it on the burro so it actually fits perfectly. Tape the edges of everything as we're fitting everything on. Make sure there's no imperfections. It takes that level of dedication. That's why some of the owners of the companies, usually you'll see them doing some form of work because it's that little care and it can make a big ass difference in that business. There you guys go. Some custom shop 101 shit for you guys.
Perfect.
That's why I don't dabble in that industry.
Anything else you wanted to bring up tonight?
We covered S63. I just want to make sure I said that out there because I'm becoming an S63 sexual. I'm telling you that right now. We talked about your 650.
It's nice not being so tall. It's nice being low and having some control.
I kind of like it. I'm telling you, it's not big, and then it's still wide enough.
I've always been sedan over SUV myself.
It's not bad. This is the first car that I go like, okay, in my 6-car garage where I used to do 3 and 3, the S63 will take an SUV spot now. So I'll have 3 Supers, that car, and 2 SUVs. Like that's how much I like that car.
Wow.
Yeah. Like if I had to do like
that's a bold move.
Yeah, if I had to do like Cully, G-Wagon, Raptor R, I'm kicking the Raptor R out and putting the S-Class in now.
So I wonder how you'd feel about a Ghost.
I know, I'm scared.
You haven't spent any extended time on a Ghost, no?
Let me drive a Phantom, I'm fried.
Phantoms are just so big.
I want to feel it. If I like that, I might be a Phantom kind of guy. I don't know. We'll see. Ghost is low-key I'm worried about too, because Ghost would be low-key pretty pimp.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just
the size is manageable on a Ghost.
Can I tell you what I think the Ghost will lack though? Is where the S63 excels is that it's that sporty blend that the S63 has. That's really underrated. Like that car is sporty as heck.
You know what you might need?
Huh.
The Flying Spur, the Bentley.
Because that thing's souped up, isn't it?
Like the Flying Spur Speed.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's pimp. I gotta drive one.
That might be your perfect blend.
I gotta drive one. I'm making a whole new class of driving cars. We'll see what's up, guys. We'll see what's up. What else I get into? Because I'm liking these like super sedans.
Flying Spur Speed might be epic.
Pretty pimp.
So
just pimp mobile.
Yeah.
I think Thatch used to have one matte black that used to be like, this is wild.
Quick announcement.
Let's run it.
So pay attention because we will probably be doing a live little episode, whatever, on the Patreon Friday. So tap in, you'll see that, and you can jump on and ask us questions live, and we'll sit here and we'll answer them.
Literally live. So I mean, you guys mark your calendars. We'll post a story about like the official date the official time for Friday. You guys come on. We will live interact, and we can literally ask us questions. We can talk about certain topics. You can ask us whatever you want. It'll be a fun time.
And if you missed it, it'll be live.
Yeah, said it 50 times. So make sure we'll announce the time for Friday for a live.
And if you're still listening, like, subscribe, all the things. Thank you.
Yep. We appreciate you guys tremendously. Another episode of Supercar Connection. We're out.